Well, we're joined now from Toronto by Miguna Miguna, the self-described general of Kenya's National Resistance Movement, or NRM. Miguna, good to have you on the Newsmakers again. For those looking at the situation from the outside, they say, or they'll see, a semblance of reconciliation happening between Uhuru and Raila. It seems as if everybody else is moving on without you. Is that how it is?
No, you are completely wrong. First of all, the NRM has now rebranded itself into National Revolutionary Movement, not National Resistance Movement. And no, you are wrong. Two people meeting and having a handshake and having a secret deal that is only known to themselves does not bind or do not bind 45 million Kenyans who are still suffering under the yoke of tyranny of the Jubilee government and rapacious corruption of the elite of Kenyans. The unemployment situation has not changed. The social rights situation has not changed. The human rights violations that is exemplified by my brutal treatment just a few days ago has not changed. I was not just abducted, assaulted, and dragged and transported unconscious to Dubai. I was brutalized at the airport in the full glare of the media. The media that was recording it live was tear-gassed, clubbed on, brutalized, and chased away. So the country has not moved on. The country will not move on because two people have cynically signed their agreement in secrecy, agreement whose terms we don't know.
Okay, so with that in mind, do you believe that Raila no longer has the mandate of the opposition because you believe he's struck a deal with the devil?
Well, I think you are aware that there is nothing called the opposition as such in Kenya today because NASA is completely divided. The so-called three principles, Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, and Moses Wetangula, are not reading from the same script as Raila Odinga. So there is nothing called NASA as we speak. And therefore, once the leader of the so-called opposition goes into bed with tyrants who have stolen an election and killed more than 400 people, and are continuing to brutalize Kenyans, you can't speak of an opposition. The opposition is by the patriotic Kenyans who are opposing this slide back into tyranny and authoritarian rule.
I don't know who gave the order, but do you suspect that it came from the very top to keep you out of the country and to treat you badly by kicking you out of the country?
Yes, this order could only have come from the president himself, and I suspect even those that he has entered into deals with. The reason why I say this is it's not easy for a cabinet minister or a bureaucrat to disobey not just one court order, but 11 court orders. These 11 court orders not only say that I should be released forthwith and that the decision to declare me a non-Kenyan was quashed. The decision to take my passport was quashed. The order was given that I should get a valid passport and by return to Kenya be unconditional, and that I return as a Kenyan-born citizen and not be subjected to the kind of conditions that they were trying to impose on me on March 26th. What they were trying to do was to make me return to Kenya as a foreigner, as a Canadian, so that I could not continue to lead the NRM, so that I could not participate in political activities, so that I could not earn a living, so that I could not live a free life, and they could decide to return me or remove me or detain me anytime they wanted. In fact, Justice Odonga on March 28th not only convicted the people that subjected me to this kind of barbaric treatment and sentenced them by fining them 200,000 Kenya shillings each, He also said I should not be removed from the jurisdiction of the court, which is the Republic of Kenya. And they removed me. The argument was that where they kept me was not in Kenya. But the police officers, the security agents that were keeping me there, that brutalized me, that dragged me and sedated me, were Kenyans. Mm-hmm. So how do you argue that these people are from Jupiter when I was in the Kenyan soil and being kept captive by Kenyan security forces? It's absurd.
For whatever reasons they might have, whether it's the technical legal reason by saying that you acquired your Canadian citizenship before 2010 and therefore you somehow gave up your Kenyan citizenship, or if it's for political reasons, whatever the case may be, they're trying to keep you out of the country. As things stand, are you going to continue to try to get back into the country and risk a repeat of this happening again?
That is a very good question. Today is the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King. What did Martin Luther King stand for? He represented a struggle, civil rights struggle against oppression. He did not give up. He gave his life for it. Nelson Mandela went to jail for 27 years for the same thing. Václav Havel of the Czech Republic went to jail for 5 years for it. Many people have gone through the same experiences. History underlines this fact. No matter what the oppressors do, no matter how brutal they are, eventually they lose. And in this case, they will lose. The fact is, 10 court orders have said that they are wrong and I'm right. So it's not a question of technicality. Courts of law have ruled in my favor. I will continue on the course for liberation of Kenya. And eventually Kenyans will throw away the shackles of dictatorship. And these people will go down in history as nothing but a shameful experience of the indignity that we've gone through as Kenyans. We will win. I have no doubt about that.
Okay, Miguna Miguna. It's been good to talk to you again on the Newsmakers. Thank you very much for joining us.